In 1901, the United States, under the leadership of Theodore Roosevelt, was beginning a new chapter of progress and reform. In his term of office, he would go on to improve consumer trade, protect lands and wildlife, and secure our sense of freedom. These changes would affect generation after generation of Americans. These are a couple of the things I believe that made Theodore Roosevelt one of the most influential presidents ever elected into office. During his presidency, he fought to free American citizens of the evils of monopolies. His belief that no one company should be responsible for the sale of a single product led him to enforce the 1890 Sherman Antitrust Act. He had had enough of these big bad businesses trying to take control of American trade. So he and his administration went after companies such as J.P. Morgan, and who controlled most of the railroad shipping trade in the northern U.S. After pressure from Roosevelt, the Supreme Court followed through with the law and split the company apart, making prices more competitive for the everyday person. Protecting the American citizens and showing the world that we had a strong military presence pushed Roosevelt to demand a larger navy. His Great White Fleet, made up of 16 ships, was sent around the world to prove our strength and abilities to other countries. However, having a larger navy was only useful if we had a quicker way to get from one side of the nation to the other. His solution was to build the Panama Canal, which connected the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, saving us valuable military time. This allowed us to have a safer nation by building this water highway. Even though wilderness was a passion of many presidents, no one did more for preservation and protection than Theodore Roosevelt. When he was young, he had problems with asthma and heart condition, causing him to be inside most of his childhood. This is when he read about a variety of plants and animals. He later on would attend Harvard and learned all about natural history, zoology, and multiple other topics. His love for nature influenced him to go on and use his presidential power to create 150 national forests, 51 federal bird reserves, 4 national game preserves, 5 national parks, and 10 national monuments on more than 230 million acres of public lands. These are the treasures he wanted to save for future generations to enjoy. The fact that he cared for the people and the world and not just the money he could make made him an incredible president and person. His dedication to the protection of not only the American people, but also to the land and the creatures around him made him someone I admire. His hard work made it possible for me to travel to different places and admire the beauty and majesty within those places. I believe that these things made Theodore Roosevelt one of the most influential presidents ever elected into office.